Alright everyone, welcome back to another episode of Electrical Eel 6. Hope everyone's doing great today. I know that I am. We'll see how long that goes for. But anyways, we are jumping right back into our game save here today. And haven't done too much. I did do a little bit of work down on our train station, which I'm going to show you guys real quickly here. We're just going to hop on down. Now, I do appreciate all the feedback on the previous episode. A lot of you guys said that you loved the look and the design of the train station. Some of you said you wish you could have seen a little bit more on camera. But with a lot of the building stuff, it's just me tinkering around with it for a couple hours. I kind of just turned my brain off and I just let it do its own thing. Maybe at some point, maybe we'll do some time lapses or things like that. Just for the time, it is what it is. So I'll recap you and then, we'll kind of go from there. But yeah, not too much has been done here. As you can see, we've reworked the design a teeny bit here on the main landing. So this is going to be more of the central hub here. And then we have it dividing off. So we have our shoreline that's heading out in that direction. And then we're going to have another line here. That's what we've talked on before, where it's going to probably come out in this direction. And maybe we'll set up a dock here on the river so we could easily get up and down the river, go out to the ocean, so on and so forth, because there are some cool ship mods in this pack that I would like to take advantage of as well. And if we have a line that goes all the way out to the river here, we could easily get something set up. Now we could also do a dock over here out by the ocean, so we could easily maneuver around this space as well. I don't know why that one sole chunk over there is loaded in, but hey, it is what it is, man. But yeah, this is where it's at. I think this way we might do a different color terracotta. I do like the green a lot, but I think that I'm gonna make each line their own color. So this is gonna be green. Maybe this one will be a different one, and then we'll kind of blend the colors into the roof design. For now, we just have it as a solid flat green all the way across the board, but we'll change that up. We'll probably add like a chandelier as well. So I'm pretty excited about that. Got some cool ideas, as you guys see, around that. And then we'll keep coming and going on from there. But for today's episode, you might be wondering what we're up to. Well, in the last episode, if you haven't been able to check it out, I highly recommend going back and watching it. But we got the arc furnace up and going from Immersive Engineering. Now, I honestly, in hindsight, I don't think it was really worth it. It's not that amazing. It's cool to have as a resource, but realistically, in the grand scheme of things, it's meh, right? So I was thinking, let's move on to the final thing I want to do for immersive engineering for a little bit, and something that's also going to open a door for us into what I definitely need to be doing next. So not to go on and on and on about immersive engineering, but one of the main things that we had been working towards was a diesel generator. Now, some of you guys said that diesel generator is pretty loud when it gets up and going, so we are ultimately going to we're going to stick it over here. I already got it laid out, as you can see. We just need to get some components together for it, but we can muffle it. We do have a built-in muffler in here, so we can easily muffle it, but I wanted it to be relatively close to where we're producing the biodiesel, and then on top of that, or just the diesel in general, I'm sorry, I think I keep calling it biodiesel. I don't think it's actually, is it called biodiesel, or is it just diesel? It is biodiesel, but it's a diesel generator. So anyway, I just realized my light's not on. There we go. Not that it much matters. It is getting nighttime here on us. But yeah, I do want to get the diesel generator up and going, because the next thing I really want to start pushing for is a better setup for our inventory and our storage. Our storage right now just kind of sucks across the board. It makes do, but honestly, there's such way better things that we could be getting into. And as you can see, we've kind of upgraded a lot of this stuff to some of the fullest capacity, right? And a lot of this stuff is just jumbled in here, right? It's not that well organized. Now, if we come in here, obviously we can get to a lot of things that we need. We did pick up some of these things from a chest that I found over there. I was doing some hunting for some resources, found a chest of skulls over there. But anyway, it's decent, but really what I would love to eventually get towards is refined storage. Refined storage is just so nice, and I really think that it would be beneficial for us to get to that point. Now, there are other things that we could do, getting some drawers and so on and so forth, but dimensional storage, what is this? Got more gadgets and gizmos than one cavern can hold? Interesting. But nonetheless, I'm getting distracted. In order to be able to utilize refined storage, right? That's what I was saying it was, refined storage. You do need to get power to it. So what I am thinking is Well, for one, we need more power generation. We're getting to that point. We have some over here that we use for this. We have some that's from our windmill. Honestly, our windmill and our water wheels, those are our only sources of power as it sits right now. That's just not going to cut it. So we're going to get the biodiesel generator set up. We're going to lay to rest immersive engineering for the time being. And then we're going to move on to some bigger and better things in the next episode. So let's take a peek at what we need to get up and going for this biodiesel generator. If we go into our quest lines, we go to immersive engineering, we go all the way down to the bottom here, diesel generator. So with the biodiesel or diesel acquired, they can be used as fuel for the powerful, if noisy, diesel generator producing respectable amounts of FE per tick or RF per tick, just power per tick. Gives you some notes there, but basically we're going to need some pipes, some generators, heavy engineering blocks, scaffolding, engineering, a redstone engineering block, and radiator blocks. And I think these radiator ones are probably going to be the newest for us. We do need steel sheet metal. Hopefully we have everything that we need to get this up and going. If not, one of the things we may do is honestly just kind of take down our arc furnace for the time being and utilize some of those components in this build, because I feel like it's going to be much more worth it on this build than compared to that over there. So anywho, so we do have some sheet metal. We'll grab that. We do need one of those. Actually, I have no idea what. Two of the it clicked us off. My bad. We need one of those. There we go. So we'll grab that. We're gonna need heavy engineering blocks for sure. Of course, that's the one thing I hate about this stupid thing, man. All right, heavy engineering blocks. We'll get both of those. We are going to need some steel scaffolding. We'll grab all of that as well. And let's see, what else did we need in here? I think that was most everything. The radiator blocks, again, are going to be one of the bigger things that we are going to need to get going. We do need pipes as well. We do need a generator, so we're going to need some kinetic dynamos as well. Wow, we're going to need quite a bit of stuff and electrum plates in order to get this. So I'm going to start crafting. We'll see where we get to, and then I'm going to start laying some components down. I'll bring it on back once we have a little bit more progress made here. All right, guys. So it's taken some time to get all the steel that we need up and going. We did need to make a lot of these heavy engineering blocks, and they are extremely resource intensive, especially on the steel side of it. Take a look at the recipe here. You do need steel mechanical components and steel sheet metal just to get 4 of them. So there's 2 steel plates right here. So 2 steel ingots right there, and then 4 steel plates here. So that's an additional 4. So you're taking 6 steel ingots every single time you make one of these up, and that's pretty pricey on its own, not to mention everything else that we have to get up and going for it as well. The radiator blocks, the generator blocks, so on and so forth. There is one thing I do want to actually craft up that I think overall is going to help us in our progression here, which I think it was added in the most recent update to the pack, and that is the time in a bottle. We do have plenty of diamonds now, so I feel like this is perfect for us. We should have everything we need. So those of you who aren't familiar with this is a really, really beneficial tool that pretty much accumulates time the longer you have it in your inventory. Then what you can do with this is you can actually utilize it to speed up the process on certain machines. Now, as you can see, it's sitting in our inventory, and it's slowly but surely generating time. And the more time, again, like I said, that you spend in game, the more you can put it towards speeding up the process. So, for example, I believe I can use it on this. Maybe. Let's see, can I shift and... We might not be able to use it on here because it just generates into the interface here. Oh, no, there we go. We were able to double the speed there. So, as you see, it's now going to double it, but it does take some of the time then, right, away from us. Now, in doubling on this, you're not really going to see a big progression because we are changing blocks of coal into coal coke, blocks of coal coke, I should say. So, again, you're not really going to see all too much on that side for it now, but, excuse me, as we play more in the game, it'll build up more time. Really, we should have made this some time ago, but I didn't really think about it until just recently. So I do have some of the components. I figured why not get started on laying some of the foundation for this diesel generator, and then once we have everything, we can fully place it down. So first and foremost, we have our piping. We'll throw in here just like so. That should be everything. And then what do we have next? Scaffolding? Is that what's on the docket next? Yes, all of this is scaffolding, just like so. And then what is on this side? Radiator blocks. Hopefully I'm placing this in a way that makes sense. I'm not 100% sure, so we'll kind of see as we go. And then we do need a generator block on that side. Now, we don't have to have that on our main inventory. We can have it on our side one, just like so. And then we'll put those like that. We are going to need our redstone items on the opposite side, which I think is fine. It's okay for the time being. Not super thrilled about that, but you know what? It is what it is, because we do want this to be pumped in, and I believe it gets pumped in on that side, and then it generates the power. So I'd much rather it be pumped in over here than going underneath and over and around. At least that's what I think. I think that would make the most sense, right? I mean, that's the tricky thing. I almost kind of want it to be reversed now. So actually, maybe we'll do that. Let me switch things around here a little bit. All right, guys, I got it all flipped around for us here. Again, I think it'll just look nicer this way. We'll see, because we'll have the lever on this side. I think it'll look cool. Ultimately, the path is probably going to loop around anyway. It'll be overhanging on the side, but that's going to take a little bit of work to do. So I'm not going to worry about that too much at the time being. We're mostly focused on getting that bad boy up and going, and we should be getting there. So the only thing left for us to do is get the rest of what we need up and going. As you can see, it's slowly but surely getting there. We do already have 4 minutes saved in here. So we should be able to speed up the time on this. Now, I'm hitting it here. I think this would apply to the overall thing if we hit it on the side here. I think that's how it works. I'm not 100% sure with this immersive engineering multi-block structures. So, but it does seem to be moving relatively quick there. And unfortunately, we're kind of at the whim of getting that going there. So we'll get some of the stuff off of our inventory. We'll hold on to the pipes here because we are going to need them. But what we're also going to grab then is from in here is we're going to grab the rest of our... Let's get all of that. Slate here, because we're going to want to utilize that. And then I'm going to grab all of our andesite here, because I'm going to switch it out for where our slate was in there. And that did not work the way I wanted it to. I don't know why industrial hemp fiber came out for us here. Okay, that is not going back in where I want it to go. So I'll have to keep some of that in there, like so, and throw all of that back in. And once that all gets settled, I guess we could start requesting all the rest of this. Get some more andesite here. That. I think that's just, yeah. Sometimes it glitches out. And we'll grab the rest of our andesite. And we're going to throw this into this bulk storage here. Now again, guys, realistically, this is going to eventually switch to be different. Now, can I do double click? There we go. Now that's all stored in there, and it's out of here. So that definitely freed up a lot of space in one of these chests. There we go. Look at all that nice space that we have in there. But anywho, let's put this in here. Let's get some polished slate going. We do have more downstairs. We're using it for our other build as well, for our tunnel, our train station. So there's a lot down there if we ever needed more. It's not like we are out of luck on it. So but I figured, why not take a hot second, and we will put some more of this path in place here. I think ultimately we're gonna have it come right up to here. Now, I could have pushed it back out one more, I guess, so it would line up, but it is what it is. I don't mind. I'm not too picky. We're going to leave it like that. And then what we also need to do is be able to get around this. So we're going to put that like so, that like so, and then one more out. There we go. And then we have to figure out how ultimately this is going to... how this is going to like be working. So we might have to wait a minute till we can figure that out. But we'll put this in here for the time being. I actually might take this out as well and just tidy this up. Where's our dirt? There we go. And the reason I couldn't push it back more is because we would be bumping into our room that we have created. So I didn't want it to be too far bumped back. And I guess what we could actually do is kind of lower some of this down, right? It doesn't have to be that high up for that. And just kind of, again, do some terraforming. I feel like we do a lot of this here on the channel with a lot of our different builds. We do manipulate a lot of the land to make it work for what we want. But, I mean, that's kind of the fun of it, right? So, all right, there we go. And we might even bring this even farther down, right? Just like so. Perfect. Yeah, I think that will work. We could always modify it a little bit more if we truly wanted to. Let's just double check. We'll get some F7 up in here. See how we're doing with lighting. Oh, that is not what I wanted to do. Always got to keep that in mind that we need to use our actual torches when we're placing down on a fresh block like that. So, yeah, we definitely need some torches all over here. We don't want any mobs spawning up in this direction, just because we don't want anything falling down on top of us. So there we go. And this will also help mitigate some of the snow that accumulates, obviously. And we'll put one there. We'll come around to the backside here. We'll put one over there. And then we should be pretty solid. Yeah, we need one right there, but for the time being, it should be fine. So let's get that off of there. And all we got to do is get our last bulk of the heavy machine blocks, right? I think that's what they were called. And we should have enough coal coke to be able to do this. Yes, we have a whole block. Now, it's not going to make any more because our creosote oil is extremely high right now. But I'm just going to throw this in here. We could throw it into our arc furnace, but actually our arc furnace is kind of slow. I'm not going to lie, in terms of cooking everything up. Now, we do have our time in a bottle. We do have 7 minutes on here. So we should be able to speed up the process. And as you can see, it did actually speed it up a little bit there. So it's good to know that we can utilize this on our multi-block machines here. Now, we only need 4 of these to get up and going the last piece that we need. So it shouldn't really be too much time here. Now, how much did that use? It actually used a lot of our time here. But we did get up to times 16 speed. So it's really hauling through making these for us. And there we go. It did drop off. But we could get another times 16 speed on there. Really useful tool for us to have. Now, we did complete another quest in here. Under tools and armors, the time in a bottle, it is actually a quest line, and we're going to get a scavenger's delight from that. We got a siphon, something, some netherrack. I think we had picked that up ourselves. We don't really need any of this other junk on us currently. Steel scaffolding, I think we're fine with. I don't think we need any more, if I'm not mistaken. We should be pretty much set here. And then let's see, we have the 2 that we need. We're going to throw them on into our metal press here. And then once we get all 4 of these metal sheets, we'll make our sheet metal, our steel sheet metal. And then we'll be able to get our final components up and going here. So just like so, boom. And then we'll come over here, go to our heavy engineering block, heavy engineering block. And we'll bump off all of these. We'll request one of those. And what it was like that. And like that. And there we go. There is our last 4 that we needed. It is nighttime though, so let's sleep. We'll get these put in place, and then we're going to have a diesel generator up and going, which is going to be perfect. Now, the other thing that's going to be a little bit tricky, which I don't think we have, if we go to Immersive, let's see what we have in here, is a way to store. We do have another high voltage capacitor, so we can utilize that to store some of this in. We probably got it as a reward from completing a quest, so that's probably why we have it sitting around. But we are going to have something to put the power to. Now, we might need some cabling and things like that, so I actually might be running back over there in just a second here. But I think this is ultimately going to be awesome. This is going to be exactly what we need. Can I easily get up here? Of course not. And of course, I made 0 ways for me to actually be able to get there. But we know where these all go. Just like so. And then all we got to do is grab our hammer and hit one of these blocks. There we go. Perfect. So now we can take off our projector. We can put it away. And we have our biodiesel generator, which is perfect. Now, where does the biodiesel... Where does it go into this thing? Is it from the bottom? Or is it from the side that we put it on? It might actually be the side that we put it on. Which would be crazy. Did it actually ultimately end up being on this side? Okay. Wait a dang minute. Where do we pump this in at? Okay, let's get this off of our inventory here. Put some more lights up there just for safekeeping. So the power comes out there. Oh, maybe it does come into this side. Okay, maybe that is what it is right here. No, it doesn't seem to be the case. Am I just being oblivious to where it needs to go in? Ah, right there, probably, right? Right here or right there? On either side. Yep, there we go. So we could have it come in on both sides here. Probably have it just come on the one side. Don't see why we would need to have it come on both sides. But we could have this, we could just have this go straight back probably, right? We have to tie it into things. So let me kind of figure out how we're going to run the piping, and I'll get it looped into our fermenter. What is it called? Well, whatever the machine is in our room in there. So give me a minute. We'll be right back. All right, guys. So we are good to go. I got all the piping put in place. I had a little bit of trouble getting it up and going, but ultimately we figured it all out, which is awesome. So we have our pipe coming here. It's piped down. Now, as you can see, everything is taken out of here already. We don't have any more generation in there, which is pretty nice. Now, the refinery, that's the only thing I don't remember. So if we go to Immersive Engineering here, I think we already checked the box for that. For this one, we needed 13 heavy engineering blocks, and we only had 10 in total, it says, which is a little bit of a bummer because we definitely had plenty of them, but I guess we'll have to wait on that. Not like it's holding us up from doing anything additional in this place. Same with the arc furnace. It was having some trouble with those steel blocks. But anyways, we have the diesel being pumped out of that location there, out of the refinery. It's going underneath here, and then we could take our path all the way around to our biodiesel generator, or generator over here. I have it for the most part set up here. I'm probably going to add in a few more things, you know, like some support beams and so on and so forth, just to make it look a little bit more stable than what it currently is. But anyways, that's beside the point. We'll do that a little bit later. But we have it pumped in here. As you can see, we have the pipe on this side. Decided to go with it over here and not just sticking it right under the ground. I kind of like having it come out like so, just so you can really, you know, get the vibe for it, that it's like here, like it's getting, all this diesel is getting pumped into here. Now, I do wish there was more of an interface. I don't know if Immersive Engineering offers something that would allow us to be able to see like this better. I really don't know, because we have like a few things here, but it doesn't really tell us. Like, I would really like to be able to see the interface for it, but it doesn't show us that. Like, I would like to see how much we're generating. Now, it says it creates 4,096 flux per tick, but it doesn't say how much it consumes then to make that. So if we do biodiesel, it doesn't really go through with us, unfortunately. Now, if we look at tools, is there any way like that we could... Is there any... dude. Ear defenders, engineer's toolbox. Like, if we go to inventory, go to immersive here. Is there anything that would help us in this case scenario? There's even... there's some cool stuff there. Definitely want to get that. Portable generator, which is pretty nice. Engineer circuit table, multi-tool, flash bulb, shock emitters. A lot of this stuff is for a lot of the weapons. So it's obviously not going to be super helpful for us. We have some steel armor, which is, again, is not super. We have the voltmeter, which is good for that, but not really anything else. So I don't know, man. Maybe we don't have an easy way to see it, but unfortunately, I can't really tell. Now, this will work once you have something to put the power to attached to one of these 3 slots up here. So I put a high voltage capacitor up there to hold on to everything. And guys, it generates so much power. It's insane. It is a little bit loud here. We'll turn it on. As you can see, like, it does make some good noise, but look at how quickly it is producing power. That is amazing. So definitely going to be useful. I think eventually we are going to shift it. I did mention the muffling, so I do just want to show you how to do that. So if we go to this, we look in Immersive, right? You see Diesel Generator, turn it off. There we go. No more loud noises, which obviously I'm going to keep it off because I don't want you guys to have to hear that the whole entire time. It's a lot nicer to have it nice and quiet, right? Anywhoosins. So this is up and going. We do have the switch on here so we can easily turn it on and off. I think it'll only work until it produces enough power. Like if I leave it going here and we get to a max power, it turns itself off. So that is nice. It's a nice feature that it has it built in where it's not just going to continuously be running even if the power is not being utilized. Now, the other thing I think I am going to want to do, because I'm getting a little bit tired of running cables and wires all over the place, even though it is fairly convenient, I would like to get into some different ways of moving power. So if we go into our quest line here, we do have technology, magic, nothing specific to power. Now there is the power mod, which we definitely could get into, and we could even get ender gates, which is really, really nice to have these end gates or ender gates. Which, let's see, what do they take to do? You do need ender cores, you need, this is the basic one, yeah. This allows us to wirelessly transfer a lot of our power, which would be extremely nice to have. Now we do need to dive into the power mod to even get to this, and it is going to take quite a bit of stuff. We do need this dielectric stuff, yeah, blaze or lava, so it is a whole trip down that path. Or the other thing that we could obviously do is if we come over here and we go to a mechanism, there is a bunch of universal cabling that we can utilize as well, which I don't even see it on the run through here. It's quite interesting. There's also other ways of power generation as well, which is pretty nice. So if we stop going into our quests and we go to mechanism, I think we could just do cable, right? Yeah, so we have basic universal cable. This is one of the easiest things that you can get up and going. It does take steel in order to do, which is always a big bummer. Like, like I hate having to make steel, but hey, like it's not too bad, and you can bump it up from there. But basically, you can utilize these, lay these bad boys down, and then it'll allow you to move a lot of your power around. Now, is there any other kind of cable that would be helpful for us for transferring power? Other than, obviously, we have those. We do have the energy cable from the power mod, which is, it's about half, right? Like, you get only, it transfers 1.4K, so about 1,400 FE per tick, whereas this one transfers 3,200 FE per tick. So, yeah, this one is a lot less in overall transfer rates, but a lot cheaper to make. Look at this. Some copper or iron, you need a basic capacitor, which is not too shabby to get up and going, compared to this, where you do need a good amount of steel for it. So, and obviously you guys know, we love steel, right? No. But anyways, that is going to do it for this episode. Don't you worry, guys. That's going to wrap it up for Immersive Engineering for a hot minute. We've just put so much time into it that it's time to take a nice little break from it here. I am just breaking this so we can throw in the block of coal here. I think we could use our time in a bottle even. We already have 24 minutes stored up on this. So I think what I can do is bump this up to 32 times speed. I don't know if we just wasted it or not. Does not seem like it's going any quicker. So we might not actually be able to utilize it in that form or in that capacity. But anywho, so yeah, like I said, Immersive Engineering, we're going to lay it to bed for now because we have done so much with it. I really do want to get into some other stuff. Like I said, more power transfer would be a lot better. Really though, guys, like our storage definitely needs to be addressed, and refined storage is going to be an amazing way to go about it. All we're going to have to do then is be able to transfer the power that we're generating over to it. So we'll probably use our diesel generator and mainly have it send the power to that, or we might flip-flop it and just have our windmill be the direct power source for our refined storage setup, and then have the biodiesel be set up for our machines. Not 100% sure on that. I'm just thinking from a windmill perspective, we know that we always have it. Really, it'd be smarter to get everything on the same grid, but we'll have to see. Honestly, some better storage of power would be really nice as well. We also need to go adventuring. There's plenty of stuff out in this world that we need to be able to go and see. We need to get back to our crops. We have so much stuff to do. We need to get to our bees again. We started bees. I really want to keep going on that path. I need to understand them more. There's just so much stuff to do, guys. So much stuff to do, but hey, that's the fun of it, right? We're taking our time, we're going through a lot of things, and there's still a lot of stuff for us to explore and do, and I hope you guys are enjoying the pace that we are going at with this mod pack. But guys, I'm rambling on. Let's wrap it up there. So if you did enjoy this episode, feel free to leave a like down below. Better yet, leave a comment. Let me know what you're thinking. Any tips, tricks, advice. I always love hearing what you guys have to say. If you are new here and you do want to follow along, definitely hit that subscribe button and bell notification. Lets you know every single time we post a new video here on the channel. We do stream over on Twitch, is what I was trying to get to there, on Mondays and Fridays at about 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but it's always subject to change, and I do announce those changes over on our community Discord if you feel like joining up and staying up to date with everything that is going on with the channel and the stream as well. Links for both of those are in the description down below. But other than that, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me today and getting that diesel generator up and going. I appreciate it so very much, and I will catch you all in the next episode. Take it easy.